Ryan and I tried to fix a car yesterday, by the way.
How'd that go?
Not good.
Yeah. It was beyond our capability.
We figured out what was wrong with it, at least.
That's good.
The brakes were basically rusted into the closed position on the back left tire.
Yikes.
We got the tire off using hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
The last lug nut wouldn't come off, and we used this hand sanitizer that was called Mary Cookie, and it smelled like cookies.
And then so the whole wheel smelled like Christmas, like baked goods.
That sounds successful to me.
Yeah. Well, I just think it's funny because like we were able to drive it like a mile to the mechanic and just leave it there. And like I wanted to go by the wheel and see if it like smelled weird, still like burning rubber or whatever. And I just smelled the wheel. I'm like, it just smells like Mary Cookie. So these mechanics are going to start working on this and be like, why does this smell like pastries?
You like leave a note that said like the wheel smelled funny. Something was wrong with it. They're like, I honestly have no idea why this could smell like cookies.
It should be smelling like burning rubber.
Yeah, I want to see if they write up reports before they do the maintenance.
Yeah.
Wheel is giving off a fresh baked cookie smell.
Yeah.
I've seen this before.
We ran out of the hand sanitizer. I think if we had more Mary Cookie, we probably could have fixed it.
Yeah. We poured it all over the brake calipers, too, to try and unstick it. And surprise, it didn't work.
Maybe we don't know. That's actually the mechanic's duct tape.
Yeah.
Mary Cookie hand sanitizer.
Mm-hmm. It gets there, and they're like, oh, well, they were close.
Just needed to use a different scent.
Yeah. Need a little persistence.
Yeah. It's actually the pumpkin spice hand sanitizer is what you wanted for the calipers.
Everyone knows you use brownies on the brakes.
Yeah.
Previously in the Brotherverse. 60 days ago, General Sage disappeared into the icy landscape. I must say it's been about 20 years since I last saw you. One day the guards didn't come, and instead 3 hooded figures stepped in front of my cell. It was you 3.
There was some big blue light that just shot out of the sky.
Water, fire, wind, earth, thunder, darkness you must find in order to move forward into time.
You walk through the white light and you see General Sage trapped in a blue crystal hovering above the ground. And you see a wispy white figure start walking towards you. Do we want to get started?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys remember when we last left our heroes, you had accomplished your tasks in the 6 rooms that were in this atrium of this crystal palace, and you unlocked the main ornate door in the middle, and it slowly opened up, and you walked hand in hand into the void. And you find yourself now in a large white room that's filled with bright white light. And there's wisps of mist that are licking your ankles. And you see in front of you a crystal holding General Sage, and it's levitating in the middle of a room. Oh. And a wispy figure has just walked from behind the crystal and approaches you. And you hear a woman's voice say, "Greetings. I have been waiting for you for so long. Congratulations on finishing the challenges I laid, but..." Sorry. I can only do that voice for so long.
I was going to say, is it the smoke machine?
Yeah, kill the fog.
Sorry, I can only do that voice for so long. How did you like the challenges?
Oh, yeah, it was
They're
fun.
lovely.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, wonderful. I've always been one for extravagant displays. Welcome to the inner sanctum of my crystal palace.
Thank you.
And just
Beautiful.
to describe what you guys are looking at right now, it's the wispy figure of a woman, and she looks old, and she looks a little bit like Iser and May. She has the same hairstyle as them and some prints on her skin, but she's wearing these long, white, wispy robes, and she's mildly translucent. And so she's standing in front of me and says, "Oh, but where are my manners? My name is Zana. Or rather, I used to be Zana, but all that is left of me is my spirit form."
Is Sage just like awake, sitting on a throne over there or something?
No, Sage is like inside this crystal that's levitating in the middle of this white room.
Oh, okay.
And she seems to be, it's like she's frozen in ice.
Yeah.
So, Zana, you're a ghost?
Somewhat. I am a spirit form of my former self. I gave my life a long time ago, and I trapped the last bit of my spirit inside of this crystal and have been waiting for eons for your arrival.
For our arrival, specifically?
Yes, for your arrival. I believe that you have been searching for the 7 talismans of legend.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, I mean, maybe.
Oh, I know for a fact that you are in search of these talismans.
What, did you torture Sage or something?
No, no, no. The talismans and I go way back, way back. I am one of the original founders of the talismans.
Oh,
Well, nice to meet you. We're
well, that's interesting.
familiar with your work.
Oh, thank you. We were a crafty bunch.
What brings you back here now?
I come back now to help you all fulfill your destiny.
So Vana. Vana. Oh, I can't say that. Vana.
Is that Zana with an X or a Z?
With a Z, a Z.
Not with a TH?
No, you
Fauna.
silly lizard.
So Vana, you already know our names?
I do know your names, Puff, Yenri, and Orc.
Oh,
That's right.
I mean, I go by Crow now, but
Oh, that's right. What a silly name.
okay. Zana's silly. Should have spelled it with an X. That'd be much cooler.
I actually agree with you there, yes. But yes, where was I? Oh, yes, about fulfilling your destiny. I feel like all of this will be much clearer after I've finished my monologue. I've been waiting eons and preparing for it.
Oh, boy.
hit
So,
the
yes,
smoke
here we go.
machine.
Yes, bring up the smoke, dim the lights.
Orc's going to start braiding his beard while this happens.
Nice. All right. So long ago, there were 7 wise monks, ancient ancestors of the people of Kultan. They witnessed the suffering of the world and wished nothing more than to end its ceaseless turmoil. They meditated together for 49 long years, attempting to learn the ways of their own painful existence. On the eve of the 49th year, a large crystal star streaked across the sky and crashed into the land beside them. The monks awoke and discovered the fallen crystal contained otherworldly energy. With their combined might and magic, they split the crystal into 7 shards that became the 7 elemental talismans you now seek. Each monk held an elemental power embodied by a talisman, and together they wished to work together to harness the power of the world for the betterment of all living things. However, as wise as the monks were, they were still mere mortals, and like all mortals, the monks were corrupted by their newfound power. I was one of the 7 monks, and the holder of the Talisman of Time. With it, I was bestowed the gift of foresight. I was able to perceive the destruction that the talismans would eventually bring. So I relinquished my life and power in an attempt to scatter the talismans across space and time, hoping to delay the destruction they would bring. But alas, I was not fully successful. The talismans yearned to be together, and now we stand at the eve of their reunion. The three of you are destined to save the world we know, and your next quest now awaits you. Your friend Sage is key to your success, but her soul currently lies trapped in a dungeon in the capital city of Omnia, 20 years in the past. You must go now and free her and fulfill your destiny. Once you accomplish this task, my purpose will be complete, and I shall bestow upon you the Talisman of Time.
Fuck yeah.
That's a significant amount of time in the past for us.
This is, yes. But it is your destiny, and you must now go forth.
I mean,
And fulfill
significant,
it.
like important, not a great amount of time.
Oh, yes, also that.
I'm sure you know. I just realized that could have been a misconstrued.
Oh, yes, time is a funny thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, are there any rules, any like guidelines we should follow here when jumping back in time?
You may do as you wish.
Oh,
Cool.
okay.
Like, so,
But know that your actions may have consequences for the future.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah.
okay. That-
so it's not an alternate timeline. It's our timeline.
Yes, we're following that conception of time.
Oh, good. Let's see if
Perception
we
of time?
can get the rules straight like no one else ever has.
Yes. What movie can we relate to?
Butterfly effect. Great.
It's
time
like the
travel
butterfly effect.
Oh,
movie. Hopefully not. That's a sad movie.
nothing went right there.
And you are all Ashton Kutcher.
I wish.
Just what that movie needed. More Ashton Kutcher.
It's like the Nutty Professor, but
Yeah.
Ashton Kutcher has every role in the Butterfly Effect.
Would be a very different movie.
Indeed.
So, where were you all this time? Because you crashed here from like space.
When I scattered the talismans, I gave my life, but I was able to trap a small part of my spirit inside of a crystal, and I've been waiting in the heavens for you to return, and
Nice.
so I could come down and lead you to your next journey.
That's heavy.
By the way, is this Sage's body in the crystal then, but her soul is trapped in another time?
This is true, yes. You may remember that Sage told you that you ran into her 20 years prior, and that you freed her from a dungeon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So until she is freed, her soul remains trapped in that timeline. And so her body is inanimate currently, frozen in time.
wait, how many times have we done this?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Infinite?
Or we haven't done it yet, but it's going to happen, and we.
I think this is a little bit of a chicken and an egg story. Just don't think about it too much.
No, I
Time
won't.
is very confusing.
Good enough for me. Let's go.
Are you all ready to leave your home here?
Temporarily, right? Or are we just going back and staying back?
No, you will be transported back here once your task is complete.
Oh,
Okay,
cool.
okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Very well. I bid you adieu, and good luck. And as Zana says that, you see her rise up into the air a bit, and her body materializes into these wispy mists, and they start spinning around you, and you lose sight as the room grows to this extreme brightness, and this piercing noise is heard. And then it all goes away, and you're standing in the snow, and a blizzard is raging all around you.
Does anyone have a watch? Can we check? Did it work? Are we?
A watch that tells years.
Yeah.
I guess an iWatch yet.
It's Year of Our Lord o'clock. My, how the time has not passed, gone backwards.
Has flown backwards.
So, we know, I mean, I guess maybe we should head back down south. Back to Cool Town?
Yeah, wait. Was anyone paying attention? She told us where we have to go.
It's
capital city?
Omnia.
Capital city.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we got to start just walking south?
Yeah. Oh God, we don't have ravens anymore.
No. Do we still have all of our equipment and everything?
Yeah, so you guys have everything that you carried on your person. And
Okay.
so, Yenri, you also still have the parka from the Fish people.
Thank God.
Yeah, but it is cold right now. When you look around and you recognize some of the landmarks around you, like the mountains and stuff, but the crater and crystal shards that you came upon and that the Crystal Palace and all that is gone. So it's just an empty, snowy wasteland.
Yeah, I guess we can go back to Kultan or just start hiking south.
Part of me wants to go find Zomtal and start to rebuild the city, or become the Salamander Man before Salamander Man, so I can be famous. But
It's like hot tub time machine. It's like the guy like goes back in time and invents Google before Google existed.
So what you're saying is that you want to kill my mother?
I mean, if that's what it takes to be famous,
Oh, Ark. That hurts.
she's already dead. Don't worry.
You're probably right.
Actually, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. We can go save the world, I guess.
Yo mama's so dead that
So, where's the capital?
So you guys know it's on the southern end of the continent.
We have like an absurd distance to travel.
yeah, and a absurdly little way to get there easily.
She said. Sorry, I mean pizza.
Orc, where'd you get pizza? Can you share? I'm hungry.
I brought
Uber
it.
Eats comes all the way out here.
I could have kept it in my diaper.
Can Uber Eats give us a ride?
Tommy pickles that pizza.
No.
Oh,
Gross.
I'd still eat some.
Yeah.
She said Kultan was still around. We could go over there, see if they can help, or we could just time lapse our way down south.
Yeah, and Kultan's still like you guys know that you traveled probably 50 miles from Kultan to this place.
And how far south is the capital?
Farther than that.
Like hundreds of
Very.
miles. Maybe we should just go south. We've
I
been
think
to
we should just maybe
Kultan.
go south. I don't know how the monks are going to help us.
All right.
To death. Let's go.
We can walk a little bit, and then Puff can just hyper jump us as many times as possible, and then we'll just go to sleep and wake up, and you can just dimensional door. Just dimensional door as many times as you can in a single direction, and then we'll just go to sleep.
after
so you
we're
can
tired.
recharge.
Which
Yeah.
how many times is that, Ryan?
Like 2.
Once?
No, it's not once. It is twice.
So you can go, what, 600 feet?
No, it'd be 1,000
1,000
feet.
feet.
But
Oh,
even
1,000 feet.
But even that is like it's not that far.
You use it twice and you're like a mile farther.
Can you bring both of us, or just?
No, just one of you. Who's my favorite?
No, I was kidding anyway. But yeah, let's just start walking in the snow.
Okay. All right. So you guys start walking south, and the snow is pretty deep. And as you're going, the blizzard does start to subside. So you're walking through the fresh powder heading south. And you are looking around you, and it's a pretty barren tundra. You see a bunch of rocks sticking up. You see some mountains, and it's just kind of disappearing white in the distance. And it is also fairly cold right now. So I want everyone to make a survival check.
19.
20.
21.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys all remain like you're comfortable right now. You're killing this whole wilderness survival in the Arctic thing.
Killing it.
This just reminds me of like I just got done watching the season of Alone where they're in the Arctic and they're surviving.
Yeah.
It's intense up there.
I was going to say that what is the Bear Grylls show? Is it just called Bear Grylls?
Maybe.
No,
like
it's,
not Survivor, man.
Yeah. Different dude.
isn't. Oh. It's gonna bug me now.
Bears endurance.
Man versus Wild.
There you go.
There it is. Yeah, one of those shows. Naked and Afraid. Anyone want to get naked?
Sure.
I know
like
how
a
to solve
bad
this
idea.
problem.
Become a puffsicle. All right. So you guys are walking through the snow, and make a perception check.
8.
17.
Mine was bad.
Okay. So Yenri, you're walking forward, and you seem to be the most aware of your surroundings, and you see to your left, off in a distance, that it looks like there's a herd of caribou that are cresting the hill to the left of you, and there's maybe 100 of them packed together, and they seem to be walking south. But you also hear, so that's to like your left or the easternly direction if you're walking south, right? Yeah. And then to the west, you hear a large horn sound, and it's a low rumbling, like war horn.
Uh-oh.
What?
Did you guys hear that horn?
No.
Sounds like a horn of war off in the distance.
Really?
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah, that's one word for it. Also, there's caribou over there. You can see it off in the distance right there? Yeah.
Oh.
So, I don't know if these caribou are at war or if we got hunters coming our way. But
Boy, you're so perceptive, Henry.
This is 20 years ago. I'm not good at history. Maybe
Is this the
caribou.
Great Caribou War of...
that's right. The Great Caribou Wars in the year of our Lord.
20 years ago.
Before Lord Orthgard was the main antagonist, it was war caribou.
Damn caribou.
Do you think we should run or head towards that sound?
I think we should run towards the sound.
Okay.
Sure.
Compromise.
Or a combination.
Yeah.
Both. Yes.
So you guys turn to your right, take a Richard, and you start running through the snow, and you are cresting up a hill, or cresting over a snowy hill, and you get on the other side, and in the distance you see these large humanoid figures walking towards you.
How large?
And there's 3 of them. They're about 60 feet tall.
60?
And they're lumbering through the snow, and you can kind of just see their outlines right now. They're maybe a half mile off in the distance walking in your direction.
Oh, man. That looks like a good travel option
Oh.
if they're friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big if. Those things are huge.
Or
Yeah,
we could
but-
grab some caribou, but
That also sounds hard.
We can try to approach, but
aren't caribou technically reindeer?
Yeah.
yeah, I think so.
Maybe they can fly.
So we'll dress
I've heard
Orc up
legends
like
of-
Santa.
I mean, I think you're right that these large humanoids might be our best bet, but we got to prepare for the possibility that they're not going to be very friendly.
We can woo them.
Yeah, we're pretty
Alright.
persuasive.
Yeah, you still have charm person, Puff?
Yeah, I got my glasses.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I'll Elton John the fuck out of them.
All right, let's approach. Are they the ones tooting the horn?
I mean, you can't be sure, but it came from the direction that they are currently walking from, yes.
So they're not currently tooting.
They're not currently tuning.
That's just them whistling as they walk.
Yeah, the horn.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys start walking in the direction of these colossal figures in the snow, and you're getting closer, and you start to see that they are large blue humanoids with these long. The one in front has a long white beard, and he seems to be the leader. And then to his left is a woman with long white hair that is reaching down her back. And to the right is another man that has this giant white mustache. And they're all covered in these huge furs on their body. And you recognize these as frost giants.
Do we also recognize whether frost giants are typically friendly?
Roll a survival check.
Not what I expected.
Sounds like a no.
I mean, survival check would be like knowing like creatures and stuff in the wild.
8.
16.
23.
Okay. Orc, you know that frost giants tend to be aggressive.
Oh,
They're fierce, hardy warriors.
guys.
But their main thing that they're usually looking for is like pillaging and raiding villages for goods and food.
Hey, guys, those frost giants tend to be aggressive. They're well, I forget the second part, but they're known for raiding villages for like food and stuff.
Great. That's what I was afraid of.
So you're saying we chose wrong.
Well, tend to be aggressive,
Okay. So there's
But they
some
are
wiggle
intelligent.
room.
but they are intelligent.
I feel like I just have like an earpiece in Orc's ear right now. It's like, wait a second. I'm getting more right now.
This knowledge is just bubbling up inside me right now.
I'm getting word now that they are intelligent.
Wait. There's more.
Okay. Well, then we do have the possibility to charm them
Yeah.
with glasses and or a suggestion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we can't back down now, right?
Probably not.
We're
Just-
not a village. They're not going to raid us for food.
They'll just eat us for food.
Unless we are food.
Yeah.
Wait, do I remember what they eat?
Yeah, you rolled high. I mean, they eat livestock, they eat people, they eat pretty much anything they can get their hands on.
Yeah, they could eat us.
Great.
I mean, you
Well,
guys don't have much meat on you.
So you're saying maybe they would fill up on you?
I'm saying I should hide. You guys go talk to them.
Okay, backup plan is if it goes south, I make Liamon's tiny hut and we just blend into the snow.
Sounds great. We'll just disappear.
Yeah. You never saw us. And then whoa, we're gone.
That was a nice sonic noise.
Thank you.
The wom.
Whoa. Yeah.
All right, so you guys are marching forward?
Yeah.
So
Okay. So you start walking through the snow and getting closer and closer to these colossal figures. And as you do, you hear another horn go off as the leader raises this gigantic antler horn to his mouth, and you hear the like booming call of his war horn echo across the wasteland. And you get up to within 100 yards and you see the large giant spot you, and he holds his hands out to his comrades, and he kneels down in the snow and looks directly at you and says, "Well, isn't this our lucky day? We have food on the table now."
not
Well-
a great start.
Nope. Well, isn't this our lucky day? We got food for 20 years.
And you see the giant reel back a little bit at that. He's like, I like your gusto, sir, but I believe that I am the stronger one here.
That sounds like a challenge that I don't want to accept.
Like, do you really think that you are stronger than me? A frost giant?
Based on my knowledge of frost giants, I'd say. Do I know?
I mean,
I know.
This is up to you at this point.
I have a suspicion.
Yeah. And Yenri says, boys, must we fight?
And the frost giant turns to you, is like, of course we must fight. Strength is the only thing that matters here.
Yeah.
Henry.
Yes. And he points a finger at Orc.
What's your name, sir?
I am Bifrost,
That's a great name.
leader of the frost giant clan.
Oh, leader.
All frost giants?
Ah, and liquid simulation plugin for Maya.
That took me a good 5 seconds to wrap my head around.
Very few people will understand.
Yeah. For all
Yeah.
those
But
3D
for the
artists out
lucky
there.
few.
This one's for you guys.
Well, my lord, it's great to meet you.
Like, I wish I could say the same, but you two puny ones here, this is quite the sight for me. This is very, very pathetic to find you here in these wastes. I should end your miserable lives before the snow takes you.
I've got a better idea. You guys are hungry?
Always.
Do you like venison?
I do not know what this venison is.
There's a whole herd of caribou just over that ridge there. Like a bunch of them.
Yes. I am quite a fan of caribou.
So you could go eat those. I just gave you food.
Yes, but we could also eat you. I have no reason to allow you to live. Such weaklings should perish beneath my mighty hand.
I just told you where a bunch of food is. You're not going to let us live for that? There's like plenty to eat. You don't need to eat us. We're not as fattening as a caribou.
I have no compassion. I am a man of strength. And he takes his fist down and he hammers it against the ground, and you feel the entire earth beneath you quake.
I realized I totally played that all wrong. I meant to like withhold the information in exchange for our lives. Instead, I was like, there's food over there. Let us live. Oh, shoot. Now you know. So you could just
Play
do whatever
the-
you
Thanks for
want.
showing all your
all
cards there.
leverage.
But
And Yenri turns to Puff at this point and is like, wasn't the plan maybe some charming or something like that?
I was just in awe. But the theme's about as good a time as any. So I whip out my glasses and I look into Bifrost's eyes
okay.
and I say, Hey, Bifrost,
Yes.
I have a secret to tell you. Can
Are you currently trying to charm him?
Yeah. Can you bring me up to your ear?
And what do I have to do? A wisdom check? Wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
That is a 20.
Oh.
And he reaches down with his hand and he picks you up by the back of your little cloak, and he raises you up to his ear and he's like, "Oh, I am listening, little one."
I am the captain now.
Yenri uses message to talk to Puff and says, Get
Wait,
down
Puff,
here
Puff,
now.
roll a persuasion check.
Get down your neck.
Dimensional door ASAP.
That is a 22.
It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how
All
it
right.
works.
So he listens to you and he pulls you in front. He's like, "Do you dare challenge me to a feat of strength?"
More a feat of wits.
Wait! Yen returns to Orc and says, immovable rod. Challenge him to an arm wrestle, but if you hide the immovable rod up in your arm, we can actually beat him.
Or we could sword in the stone it. See who can pull the rod out of the snow.
That too.
Oh, good idea.
That's a great idea, Yenri. Wow.
Let's do it.
Can you? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
so-
I used message. So we haven't opened. No, but I used message with you before, so I can already talk with you.
Okay.
I say, Puff, the immovable rod. We can beat him. Challenge him to pull a stone or a pull the rod, pull a stone out of the sword. No, to pull this rod out of the ground, but only you know where the button is.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, did I say wits? Yes, I meant strength.
And Bifrost looks at you. He's like, "I am never one to turn down a challenge of strength. And just by the look of you, I know this will be an easy task. Fine, name your challenge."
Bifrost, you have no idea how strong this little guy is right here.
And he just laughs. "Ha ha ha! Let us see."
And Puff does the whole like pushing his bicep up. Look at that. Look at that beauty right there.
And Bifrost just glares at you and he sets you back down on the ground and says, "I am waiting."
Okay.
Bifrost, we're going to take this rod here. I'm going to slam it down into the ground. And we're going to see which of you can pull it out of the snow. Okay?
Very well. This shall be easy for me. And he sits there and he flexes and all these cliche poses in front of you and does some grunting. Hooah! Hooah! It's pretty impressive.
I'm going to jam it way down in there. Real far down.
Do it.
All right, here I go. Who's going first? That doesn't matter. All right. Jam it in the snow. And I click the button secretly.
I will go first. And Bifrost kneels down to it and he just takes his like thumb and pointer fingers like, "Watch this." And he just goes to grab it and he strains to pick it out. He's like, "Wait, what the hell? What is happening here?" And he's trying to pull with his finger and thumb, and then he like grabs it with his whole fist and his point is like, "Ugh! Ugh!" And then he crouches over it and puts both of his hands on it. He's trying to yank over. He's like, "It's so small I can't get a grip on it. What is happening?"
Sure.
Maybe you need a little help from your buddies.
He's like, "Bertha, Mark, get over here. Help me with this." And they all come over and they're like grabbing his shoulders and pulling him back, and he's trying to yank it out of the ground. And he like loses his grip, and all three of them comically go tumbling back in the snow and are just in a pile of frost giant.
And then Puff plods on over, and he does a few stretches back and forth, and then he reaches down, and he grabs it, and he strains against it for a couple seconds, and he really makes it look like he's sweating, and he clicks the button and pulls it out of the ground.
And Bifrost is sitting there with just this dumbfounded look on his face. He's like, "What sorcery is this? How could I lose a strength competition to such a noodly lizard?"
There is great strength locked in these noodles. Strength beyond your wildest dreams.
And Bifrost stands up and he puffs his chest out and then kneels down on one knee and bows to you. He's like, "I submit to you, O great lizard of strength."
I am the captain now.
"You have gained the respect of the frost giants. I am at your bidding."
Sick. This is better than ravens. So Bifrost,
Yes.
have you ever been to the capital city?
I have never left the frozen wastes.
Can you?
I know not where it is.
Well, I mean, like, can you leave the frozen tundra, or are you like will you melt?
I can go as far as the snow can go, but then I would die.
Oh. Well, can you take us that far?
Yes, I am at your bidding, Strength Lizard.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Who would have ever thought this would happen?
Puff gets a little, like, big-headed. Looks at Yenri and Orc. He's like, man, don't mess with me, guys.
I'm not calling you Strength Lizard.
Okay, a lizard of strength, then. Your choice. All right, well, choose your mount. I choose Bifrost.
And Bifrost sets out his hand for you to climb on.
Oh. I hop on.
And he lifts you up and he puts you on the top of his head. And so you're sitting in this like really coarse white hair.
And I grab 2 strands of hair like reins and go, yeah.
Like, I am honored to give you a ride.
I'm honored, I guess.
I instantly regret this.
And Bertha and Mark?
Up me. Orc,
Like a little.
Orc puts his hands up in the air and clenches
I want
fists
to
over.
get like a picture of you doing that.
Uppies. Uppy, pick me up.
Up me.
All right, Orc, are you talking to Bertha or Mark?
I thought it was Mork.
Mark's a better name.
Is that maybe with an accent?
I feel like I've named
Oi.
like 15 people Mark for some reason.
Oi, Mork. Up me.
Yes.
Up me.
I shall pick you up and put you on my head.
Oh, thanks, Morky.
Actually, I have no hair on my head. I shall put you in my mustache.
Oh, all right. In it?
And he lifts you up and puts you on one side of his nose
right.
on the mustache.
Gonna ride the mustache.
Oh, no.
God.
Let's do it. Hey, you put me here, Mork.
You asked for this joke.
And Yenri says, Bertha, nice to meet you. Can I ride in your hair?
But of course. And she reaches down and picks you up, and she pixes you up and
pixes
puts you
me
on
up.
her head. Puts you on her head.
Yay. Mises likes.
And then the frost giants start walking south in large strides. And you guys are definitely moving here. And Bifrost is kind of silent for a while, and he says, so, where are you from?
Giant small talk. Giant talk.
Nice.
Oh shoot! I know where I'm from now, but I don't remember.
Well,
that-
definitely south of here. It sounds like you probably haven't heard of it.
No, Bifrost, I don't know where I'm from.
That is very sad.
Yeah.
And or you have amnesia, of which neither are great.
That's the one. The second one.
Ah, yes. Large of strength and small of mind. I appreciate this.
Me too. Mork,
It's Mork and Orc, I just realized. They're going to have their own spin-off series.
The Mork and Orc Show.
I want a theme song. Mark,
Yeah.
let's work on our theme song.
Yes, we should definitely do this.
Something about your mustache. I have a dead sprite. It's practically writing itself.
This is all great material.
We can think over it while other people small talk.
Yes, quite. And he starts twirling his mustache as he thinks.
Whoa, easy there.
Oh, sorry there, little buddy. He twirls the opposite side that you're on.
And Yenri says, so Bertha, are you and Mork like a thing?
And she's like, please, be quiet. No, he doesn't know.
Oh, I could see it in your eyes the moment I saw you, though.
Her blue skin turns a little purple as she blushes.
It's okay, Bertha. I think he likes you too. You know, you just gotta be confident. Just talk
I
to
mean,
him.
but what do I say to him?
Oh, let me give you some tips.
Love advice from Yenri. And then can you put the chimes?
See,
Welcome to Love Advice with Yenri.
See, frost giant men are simple. They just want one thing: attention. You just gotta talk to him.
Is that really all there is to it?
That's right.
He's just such a strapping, strong man and so independent. I just have such a hard time thinking that he would ever want to be with someone like me. And she looks over at Mork and says, Mork, I have something I want to say to you. And Mork turns over and says, yes, what is it? And he looks a little embarrassed for a second. He turns to the side and he says, Orc, I feel like something strange is going on here.
Are you flirting with me?
No, she's just looking at me strange.
Oh,
Did I do something wrong?
oh, Bertha?
yes.
Oh, no, you did something right, buddy.
Really?
Yeah. Look at that smile.
And he peeks back over at Bertha for a second and turns back away. I don't know why, like, he's having a sidebar with Orc, but he's just on his face. Like, what should I say?
Oh, just be yourself, man. Just ask her if she, or no, tell her you like her hair or something. What do you like about her?
He's like, oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. So he turns back to Bertha and he says, you had something you wanted to say to me? And Bertha's like, yeah, I just wish that we hung out more. And Mork looks over and is like, I would like that. You have coarse hair. And she blushes a little bit and is like,
Nailed it.
that is very sweet of you. And she walks over to Mork and grabs his hand, and they look at each other and smile, and they keep walking behind Bifrost. And Bifrost is standing there, he looks behind, and he's like, Puff, what is happening back there?
I have no idea. But it looks
Yeah, we
like
should probably just keep walking, right?
but it looks like you might have just become the third wheel, my friend.
No! And it echoes across the wasteland.
Which makes us the fourth, fifth, and sixth wheel. That's a big vehicle
That
we're
makes me
riding.
feel slightly better.
Yeah, there you go. That's not so bad.
Yeah, and you guys walk on like this for a while longer, and you eventually come to an area where the white disappears and you start to see the blue ripples of the ocean in front of you. And Bifrost, Mork, and Bertha stop at the edge of this ice cliff and look over, and Bifrost says, the snow continues, but we must cross this great ocean, this large gap, to the other side. I know not how we might do this.
Well, you're quite tall. Can you just walk?
I am not tall enough to touch bottom. It is over my head.
This is the deep end.
Guys, we're gonna need some giant floaties. Huh.
How much farther does the snow go beyond this?
It's like, I am not certain. Depends on the season. But on the other side of this vast water lies more ice and snow. We can see it. And you guys can see that there's maybe, like, you guys can see land in the distance, but it's pretty far away. There's some, like, arms of land that are, like, reaching out to you, but you can see, like, some gaps. It might be, like, fjords and inlets and stuff on the other side of the water.
Speaking of fjords, we're not that far from Spa Fjord, and it still exists.
Oh, true. I wonder if Monty was there 20 years ago.
Who?
Monty, the bartender.
Was that it?
Is that his
Montgomery?
name?
Montgomery, yeah.
I guess you
Just-
can call him Monty.
Yeah. I like that you
Did you-
guys are on that good of
Did
a
you give him?
basis.
You give him a posthumous nickname?
For some reason, I feel like maybe I did.
I think you would appreciate that. I realize my Bifrost voice sounds a little bit like Montgomery. I have 3 voices.
It's a little high, middle, and low.
We got a perfect cross section right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, my 3 voices are currently traveling with you.
We can never have more than 3 characters present.
Yeah.
Too confusing.
I guess if Mork sounded more like Jimmy John, that would probably be my 3rd voice.
Yeah. No, you have lots of voices. Just look at Patches. Patches was a 6th or 7th voice for sure.
Yeah, he was all the voices in one, or all the accents in one at the very least.
And you have a woman voice, which is just your high voice, but you tell us it's a woman.
Yeah, it's just kind of whispery. And then sometimes Dylan can modulate it to sound more like a woman.
Yenri yells to Bifrost and says, How far can you throw? And do you think it's enough to clear this?
Oh no, I cannot throw miles. I could throw you probably 800 yards. But that is it.
We could have just eagled our way across this whole thing. It's not fun, no.
I mean, we can do that now, I guess.
Yeah.
If you want.
Wait,
Good.
how would we eagle?
We can
Oh,
turn
with
Orc back
polymorph.
into the
Oh,
big old eagle.
always forget about that option.
Yeah, me too. This is a new thing for us. We
Yeah.
also just turn you back into a swordfish and just boink, boink our way across the ocean. If we...
Boink your way across the ocean.
The swordfish gets sidetracked.
Yeah.
Not that kind of boinking. I don't know. I guess, do we part ways and fly, or try to find some way to take all of us across?
I don't know how we can get us all across.
Well, this might need to be where we part ways.
Is this goodbye?
Well, I am very sad to see you leave. Especially you, Strength Lizard.
It was an honor besting you.
Like, it's a little bit of gloating, but you don't wear it very well. But okay.
Mark, I want to sing our theme song one more time.
Oh, yes, of course.
One has a stash that's made of must. One has a Sprite that's dead as dust. The French is bubbling over and it pops the cork. It's Orc and Mork.
Wow.
Whap, whap.
And he claps and is like, bravo! I shall always remember it.
Me too.
And Yenri looks at Bertha and just says, Bertha, proud of you, girl.
Thanks. I'm proud of you too, tiny, tiny man.
Thanks.
And they all pick you up off of their heads and put you on the ground. And they bid you adieu. Say, farewell, travelers. I hope we meet again someday.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
And they start walking off back to the north.
Wait, before you go, how long do you guys normally live?
That is a good question.
Wait, let me search my memory bank. I know all about these guys.
Orc, you reach back into your memory bank, and you know that frost giants can live over 200 years.
They can live over 200 years. How old are they right now, though?
They seemed youthful.
Yeah, ish.
At least Mork and Bertha.
Yeah. Nice. We might actually get to see them again.
Oh, was that a Finding Nemo reference?
What?
What?
You asking them how long they live for?
No, I just wondered because we're 20 years in the past and we jump to the future.
Okay.
They might just be dead, but I mean, it sounds like they'll most likely still be alive.
Okay.
I think there is something with that, like with sea turtles. Like
Yeah,
in
how
Finding
long do
Nemo,
sea
right?
turtles live for? I'm 150 and still young, dude.
Nice.
I was not intentionally referencing it, but that's great.
So do we polymorph and take off?
Yeah. I'll cast Polymorph on Orc to turn him into a giant eagle. You're gonna need a nice eagle orc name.
Polymork.
Well, that works.
I guess that's for every animal you turn me into.
Yeah. And then we hop on the Polymorph and say, onward!
All right. You all hop on. You all hop on the polymorph, and he runs through the snow and takes off right at the edge of the cliff and starts soaring through the sky. And you're now hovering above the icy oceans below and flying southward. And you're traveling for, I don't know, an hour or so.
Do the math.
Yeah. You're traveling for 47 minutes
For a time.
for a time that is appropriate.
47
And you
time units.
And you see a snowy landscape before you, and you start seeing pine trees that are flocked in snow, and you start to descend upon this land, and Orc lands his little big bird feet in the snow, and you are now on the other side of this vast ocean, and you are now nestled amongst the pines, but it is still very wintry.
Guys, it's pretty wintry here. What time of day is it?
It is, we'll say it's evening.
Okay. We can walk for a bit farther, but I don't know if we should try to walk through the night. I think we should try to make camp before it gets too dark, especially with all those loose caribou and frost giants wandering about.
Yeah, I agree.
Call!
I'll bibbity bobbity undo that polymorph, and then we can just start walking a bit together.
Ah. Yeah, I could use a rest.
Okay, let's settle in and we can try to make camp, make some food and stuff.
Anybody want any pizza?
Is it dipey pizza?
Yeah.
I'm good.
I'll take a slice.
There you go.
Oh, thanks.
Slice a dipe. Yenri casts Liamon's tiny hut so they can have a nice little shelter.
Does that
the
last for
night.
24 hours?
It lasts for 8 hours.
Oh, nice. That'll do.
Shit.
Are we invisible with that on too?
Not invisible, but I can make it an opaque white exterior, so we essentially just blend into the ground.
You just look like a snow hill.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wonderful. All right. You are able to do that, and you are very, very comfortable inside this dome, and all the snow melts below you, and there's some nice matted down brown grass for you to sleep on, and you are able to peacefully sleep through the night. in the middle of the northern mountains.